Assalamualaikum everyone. I, Mohammad Shaikhul Islam, and my teammate Farjana Shorkan Naima have developed the project LifeBlood. It's a web-based application software where we are managing the blood donors and searching them. Without further delay, let's start with the project structure.
Assalamualaikum, I am Farjana Shorkan Naima and I am excited to present my final project LifeBlood, a comprehensive blood donation management system. This application was developed to streamline the blood donation process, connecting donors with recipient and management the entire workflow efficiently. LifeBlood is a holistic application designed to solve critical challenges in blood donation management. The system allows blood donors to request and schedule donation, hospital and blood banks to request specific blood types, administrator to manage inventory and coordinate between donors and recipients, real-time tracking of blood availability and donation history, secure authentication, and role-based access control. The main goal is to create a seamless bridge between those who want to donate blood and those who need it, ultimately saving lives through better coordination. Let me show the backend architecture. This is Java EE application deployed on Payara server with MySQL database connection via JDBC. I have organized the code into a clean layer architecture. Main layers here. Controller, our REST API endpoint, admin controller, auth controller, donation controller, search controller, and user controller. Services, business logic layer with admin services, auth services, donation services, user services. Repository, data access layer for database operation with donation record repository.java and user repository.java. Model, core entities like user, donation record, and blood group converter. Auth and security, authentication filters and security annotation for Java-based auth. Config, JXRX config and cross-file for front-end integration. Database setup. I am using MySQL database with JDBC connection coding configuration in Payara server for optimal performance. Key technologies here I am used: Java EE, JXRX for REST API, JPA for ORM, JWT authentication, MySQL with JDBC, deploy on Payara server. Now the front-end structure. This is React type-received application with a clean component-based architecture. Core structure, components. Organized by feature, admin panel, auth forms, login and register, user dashboard, home page, layout component, header and footer, and search functionalities. Service and config, API configuration and HTTP client service for backend communication. Hooks, custom use hook for authentication state management. Utils, helper function for data, JWT token, location and storage. Types, TypeScript interface for type safety. Key technologies: React with TypeScript, modern React hook representative design and seamless integration with the Java backend through REST API. The structure ensures clean separation of concern and maintainable, scalable code.
Now it's time to demonstrate our project. Here in the front page or home page we will see this one. At first we have to register or log in from this home page. Here in the top right corner we can have the register and login button. in the register button, after clicking the register button, we will get a form where we will have to give the information. Here there needs the email address and the password for login, then the phone number through which the donor will be contacted, and nextly the address of the donor. After this, we will select our blood group, and by clicking the account, the user will be registered. And for the first time, the user will automatically log in. Here in the profile we can see the informations, and through the edit button we can edit the informations. After this, we can see the edited version of the profile. Now if we want to have a donation, or we have donated blood, we can add it in the history. Here we can see the location where we have donated blood and the date. The recipient contact and optional note can be added here, and it's optional. We can give it or not, it's our choice. Now the history has been added, and we can see after how many days the donor will be available again for donate. Here we can search the donor by blood group, and nextly the location where we want the donor. Here the division at first, then district, and then the upazila where we want, and we can see the result, the donors who are available. And from by the prompt call now and SMS, we can directly call the donor and SMS them. Now the user can log out, and we can log in as an admin also. By login as an admin, we can have some extra advantages. As like this, we can see all the users, that means the donors who are available in the system. We can see them, their address, and also their blood group, and the date when they are registered. And we can also search the donors by some keywords like Brahmanbaria. You can see the donors or all type of users, and here we can see the active users who are active in the system now. And this is the list of the active users. There are 12 users who are active out of 14. Now we can deactivate any user if we want, if we see that the user is tend to be a fraud or illegal one, and the admin can also reactivate the user. Now the admin can also change his profile, and he or she can also be a donor. And from the admin can also search for donors by the find donor prompt, and if in an area no donor is available, there will be shown no donors. And lastly, if any critical situation occurs that we want to have a donor immediately without login or having any user, we can search for the donor like this. So this is our project, and by register as a donor, we will be added to our system and can be eligible for donating blood. So thank you all. Register with our system, become a donor and save lives.
Let me highlight some key code implementation. Backend highlights. RESTful API design, clean well architecture endpoint for following REST principle. For example, you can see here admin controller.java. There is endpoint for admins and there is some endpoint like slash user slash verify slash id slash disable slash id slash reactive slash id. As same as there has another endpoints in auth controller, donation controller, search controller, and user controller. Security implementation. JWT based authentication with role based access control. Here is the implementation of JWT token. How can we handle the JWT token? In this file, it is explained in how we can handle the JWT token. Database integration and JPA entities with proper relationship, error handling, comprehensive explanation handling and logging, cross configuration, properly configure for front end and back end communication. For example, we can see here the front end URL. Now the front end code preview. Component architecture, modular reusable React component. For example, you can see here the admin folder, auth folder, dashboard folder, home folder, layout and search. In admin folder, there is admin panel.txt where we implement the admin related work. And in login from here is implement the login related implementation, like how can a user can log in, and registration from there we implement the registration related implementation. Here we can see the registration from creating implementation, etc. Here is full TypeScript implementation for better development experience, efficient state handling and React hooks, and clean service layer backend communication, and mobile first approach for modern UI UX. Now I can explain the integration points. Authentication flow, seamless login and logout with token management, data synchronization, real-time update between front-end and back-end, error handling, user-friendly error message and validation, performance optimization, API calls, and efficient data loading. LifeBlood represents a complete solution for blood donation management, combining robust backend infrastructure with an intuitive user interface and application demonstrate. Full stack development is skill using Java, EE, and modern front-end technologies. Security best practice with proper authentication and authorization. Scalable architecture that can grow with user needs. Real-world problem solving through technologies. This project was the potential to make a significant impact in healthcare by streamlining blood donation process and ultimately helping save lives. Thank you for watching, and I am happy to answer my question about the implementation and design discussion.